Hello, baseball fans, and welcome. Diamond Dynasty Baseball on tap tonight. It's the Buccaneers taking on the Panthers. We got a couple of all-star teams squaring off. First pitch coming your way next. All right, just about set to go. And on the hill, Yoshinobu Yamamoto. What should we keep an eye on here?
Well, he comes at hitters with a 5-pitch mix, so for him, it's always interesting to see how he utilizes those weapons. He may lean on 1 or 2 pitches depending on how things are going and how things are working, but if he can control 4 or even 5 of those offerings, look out, hitters. It's going to be a tough day. He's really going to be able to keep those guys off balance.
Trent Grisham, the leadoff batter, as he looks at ball 1. Line drive, come on.
He put a really good swing on that pitch and hit the ball hard. You know, line drives won't always find a hole, but the more you can hit the ball like that with good exit velo, the better off you're going to be in the long run.
Rhys Hoskins now in the box, comes up empty with a swing there. Hard grounder into the outfield for a knock. So a man aboard now with 1 away.
Everything came together for him. Smashed that one through the infield for the knock. When it's hit that hard, it makes it very tough on the infielders to make any sort of play.
And now it's going to be Wyatt Langford. First pitch doesn't find the zone.
Boog, here's a note on Yamamoto. He won 3 straight Sawamura Awards, the Japanese equivalent of the Cy Young Award, and the last 3 Pacific League Most Valuable Player Awards, which is the first MVP three-peat since Ichiro Suzuki.
The 1-1 is fouled off. Hoskins leads off first with 1 away. Swing and a miss. Struck him out on a slider, and there's 2 gone. So now it's Corey Seager. Hit in the air out to center field. Crow Armstrong should have this one. Squeezes it, and that'll do it. Back here with my pal Siggy, getting the nod in this one, Paul Skeens.
Well, I'm interested to see how he utilizes his sinker to this lineup, Boog. You know, it's not necessarily his go-to primary pitch, but he does mix it in when he needs it. He's just got to make sure that it's not flat. Otherwise, it's going to get hit hard. So look for him to throw it up there when he needs a big double play, a ground ball, something like that to get out of an inning, change it up for a hitter. Also, get those hitters looking down so that it opens up the top of the strike zone, especially late in an at-bat.
Ricky Henderson, the leadoff batter, as he looks at ball 1. That's a strike.
I mean, that's perfect location right on the black. I mean, over and over again, this guy demonstrates the ability to hit those spots. They're so tough to do anything with as a hitter.
2 balls, 1 strike.
Swing and a ball lifted in the air. Paris makes the catch, and there's 1 gone.
Yeah, that's a tough play for the infielder ranging back into the outfield. There's part of him that's saying, hey, where you at, outfielder? Call me off. But he stayed focused and made a nice catch right there.
Ellie De La Cruz, batting with 1 down, takes a strike. Next offering is in for a strike.
Well, he's gotten ahead with 2 pitches down in the zone. He has plenty of options right here. He can go up, he can go away, he can add velocity, he can subtract.
Now a screamer into the outfield. That's a base hit.
Well, that certainly feels good when you can win the at-bat after being down in the count, up against it with 2 strikes right there. Nice job of driving that pitch the other way on a line. You know, hitters, they take so many reps in the cages working on going to the opposite field, and it doesn't always translate into the game, but right there it did, and he did it perfectly.
So 2 down now, and here is Hank Aaron. Obviously a guy who makes good contact, hits for average, but one of the things in today's game, the value in the fact that he hits both righties and lefties. They're so reliant on the matchups nowadays, Chris, and it's huge when you don't have to sit a guy or platoon him.
When you can hit, both sides in terms of pitchers' arms, you're a guy that it's hard to take out of the lineup, and I think it's very important today when everything is under the microscope.
Strike 3. Skeen sends her packing. And welcome back to the ballpark. Second inning set to go. Here's the second baseman, Kyron Paris. That one fouled hard the other way. The wind of the pitch. And that one is inside. Swing and a high fly ball, well struck. That's back there. Gone! Big dog's gotta eat. He crushes that one to center field. It's 1-0. Next to hit, Luke Keeschel. Swing and a foul straight back. That's to third. Beltre gets it to first. One out in the second. Paul O'Neill will hit next.
The White Panther, number 21, Paul O'Neill.
Swing and a miss. That's strike 1.
Well, you got to find a way to catch up to that pitch. Perhaps shorten the swing, eliminate the stride. That one came in hot, but right down the middle, you're saying to yourself, how did I miss that pitch? Got to make a quick adjustment.
1-1. That misses. 1-1. Now fly ball to right center. Suzuki on the move. 2 away now. 2 outs, base is empty. And now it's Jake Berger to hit. First pitch misses. Fly ball center field. Crow Armstrong should have it. Makes the grab, and that's the inning. We head to the bottom of the second. Now at the plate, Adrian Beltre. In for a strike. Went with the sweeper. Next offering is in for a strike. Catcher has it, fires to first. In time to get him. 1 away in the strikeout. Now it's Jose Ramirez.
Well, maybe approaching this at bat with a bit too much determination. Sometimes you just got to let the game come to you.
1 out, base is empty. Ramirez swings and blocks one. Deep to right field. That's back. On the warning track. And hauls it in. Next to hit, Pudge Rodriguez. This is a guy who is very highly regarded defensively. Fun to watch him control stuff behind the plate. Good game caller. Good at framing, but it's that big arm that really stands out. There's the strike.
You come into the game knowing that unless the ball's in the dirt or gets by him, we're probably not going to steal anything today. So that's where you want to get.
Now a dive at short. The throw. And he's safe at first.
Batting it, the right fielder.
Runner at first with 2 away. Seiya Suzuki, the next to hit. That one finds the zone. It's 0-1.
Right through there for a strike. And at bat like this is almost over as it begins in this situation.
A swing and a miss. That retires the side, and that'll do it. And we're back at the plate. Agustin Ramirez. Yamamoto back to work. Down and away for ball one. Line drive. And a base hit. And a good start to the inning.
Hooked around that pitch on the outside, but he was still able to square it up pretty nicely. And that takes quick, strong wrist to pull that off.
So the batting order turns over. Stepping in, Trent Grisham. Swing and a miss. 0-1. Grisham, first round pick of the Brewers in 2015. Foul ball there. Ramirez on at first. Nobody out. Keeps the at-bat going with a foul ball. Fly ball down the line. Henderson running hard to get it. Can't get there. This one lands foul. Fights that one away, and the count remains 0-2. Runner at first with no outs here. Got him swinging. Well done behind the dish. And it's Rhys Hoskins up to the dish. 1 for 1 with a single so far. Now one missed. He was late there. Strike one. Man at first, 1 away. And a big swing and a miss.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
Strike 3, and that's 2 in a row. Here's the left fielder, Wyatt Langford. Struck out swinging his first time. Swing and a pop-up. Foul territory for the catcher. And that is that. As we go to the last of the third, here's the center fielder, Pete Crow Armstrong. And that clips the inside corner.
Man, this guy's got a great feel for his breaking ball today.
On the ground, right side. The throw to first. 1 up, 1 down. And now, Ricky Henderson. 0 for 1 with a flyout. And a good fastball to start him off. That's strike 1. And strike 2.
Well, this can be kind of frustrating for the hitting coach. Right now, this lineup seems to be swinging at everything.
And that one is lifted in the air. O'Neal makes his way towards it. No trouble here. Puts it away for the out. Out number 2. Ellie De La Cruz digs in now. And he's already singled in this game. Swing and a miss. 2 out, space is empty. And that one is downstairs. And the count is 1-1.
1 ball, 1 strike. Ball 2.
Last couple of pitches breaking balls away. I think he's going to have to come firm inside to be able to open up that location if he wants to go back there later in this count.
What the hell? Oh, man, what the hell? I'll be back.